everything.
Bumping and banging.
Big boy.
Big boy.
It is going down, ladies and gentlemen. Iyanla Vanzant is up in here. Fix My Life. We were just talking off air. We were like, man, can you stay with us for a year?
Oh, yeah.
Iyanla, do you get people that walk up to you, like if you're in an airport, and think that you could fix their lives before they even board the plane?
The airport, the Walmart, the supermarket, the bus, everywhere.
Do you ever
Plane.
wish sometimes you could take a dimmer and just not completely turn it off, because you don't want to turn it off, but do you ever feel like you could take a dimmer and just turn it down just a little bit sometimes?
Well, particularly if I'm with my grandchildren or my partner, I don't necessarily want people in that space.
Right.
It's a blessing. So you got to take the good with the not so good.
Now, how is now we've seen the show Iyanla Fix My Life, and I mean, of course, some of our peers as well, Karrueche, DMX, but even just some of the lives that's on there. Do you ever feel like sometimes and not like it's irrational to think irrational for the irrational, but do you ever think sometimes like, man, it appears easy, but all the layers that you gotta take off of someone?
Oh, it doesn't appear easy to me.
Okay,
you
probably because I'm sitting there watching,
Right,
and I'm
yeah.
watching edited and edited version, and we're all a genius at home,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You see 48 minutes of 2, 3, sometimes 4 days.
Oh, wow. And then we're also thinking not just the 48 minutes, we're probably looking at probably 20, 30, 40 years
Yes.
Yeah.
of, something that we have to undo. I'm saying we like I'm on the show with you.
We together.
But it's
We made
true.
it.
One of the things that I do, and when we look at stories and when people write us, because 95% of our guests write us, we don't look for them.
Right.
And what we do is look at common issues.
Yeah. So somebody can
that
identify.
No matter where you are, who you are, maybe it doesn't look like that, but you can, okay, I do that, or that's mama over there, that's my sister. So we try to look for common issues.
What are some of the most common things that you've seen that's been kind of brought to you, as far as is it cheating? Is it dependency? Is it incest? Is it
It is the lack of communication. People have a very limited emotional vocabulary.
right?
So they don't really know how to speak what they feel or what they want. So we go from a hurt or an upset to anger.
Right.
People know how to fight.
Yeah, and fight quick.
So they'll cuss you out, and
Point
then that creates
fingers, yeah.
then that creates a whole nother thing. I think the other thing is just the unresolved childhood stuff. Not really understanding the
Right.
feelings of abandonment, rejection, absent fathers. Huge.
You know what's crazy about that, Iyanla, is that I wrote a book, right? And sitting down writing my book, which is right here, Big Boy
Yes.
XL Life, staying big at half the
Show
size.
that
I
off.
was over 500 pounds, right?
Yes, I remember.
Hello. And so it was crazy when I went to go write my book. I had to peel off so many layers that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
I-
what the weight was.
Yeah.
The weight was your protection. The weight was the way you defended yourself or took care of yourself.
Right.
And once you become ready to do that healing, that weight will just fall off. But then you have to remember who you are now at this side.
Right. And you know what's crazy about it also, Iyanla, is that I still sometimes I'll walk past this mirror, this window, or I look at my reflection and still
See the big guy.
yes, or just trip off like the size I am now.
Yeah.
You know?
My daughter lost a lot of weight. She lost about 80 pounds, but she still walks
Big.
like she was when she was heavy.
Right.
And so when I see that, I constantly tell her, okay, take a breath. You're a 12 now. You're not a 22.
Right. Is it hard to be your daughter? Because I would
Yes,
think
it's
that
very hard.
Yeah, because I
It's
was
hard
like,
to be my dog.
right.
Where are you going?
like man, do I beg for the treat or
Right.
Yeah.
No, I just gave my dog away.
Really?
Because I'm not
He
home.
couldn't handle it. Oh, okay. I thought he couldn't handle it.
He couldn't handle
Dude, were you trying to analyze the barks and everything?
No,
Like,
no, no.
Oh my God.
He likes the pink leash, not the green one. Wow.
Yeah. I just gave my dog away because it's just not fair to her.
I
I'm
heard
just
that.
not home. She's up and down in the plains. And,
Oh man.
And I sent her to boot camp so that I
Yeah.
could have a well-behaved dog.
You had
on
to
the
send
way.
her to another
She
professional.
was there for 30 days.
Damn,
She's
that's a
like,
vacation,
man,
yo.
like, man, like, is she coming back?
Special ed boot camp.
Oh.
No, and none of
She
it
probably
worked.
see you on TV now and Iyanla like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah.
There she
No, I
go
had to
right
give
there.
my dog away
I heard
because
that.
you the shift and transition that you have to make for the changes in your life. But then I'm moving from this change to that change to that change.
Are you also a continued work in progress?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
When the work is done, you die.
Where do you go when you need advice or you need someone to kind of have a different perspective of what you're going through?
I got a team. I have
Yeah.
a
And you
team of
listen to
prayer
your team.
partners. Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I learned as a coach is that you cannot coach unless you're being coached.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a coach. I have a team of prayer partners.
I heard
I
that.
have a therapist.
Mm.
I have people. I work more in energy.
Can you trust I guess you will, but can you trust your therapist?
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
ever
absolutely.
come off the couch and be like, hey, you wrong?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have that kind of therapy.
Yeah, okay. No, 'cause I would just be like, dude, I know more than you.
Yeah, no, and I go to deal with really blocks. When I hit a block, I'll say, okay, I'll go, because I don't go every week because I'm
Right.
never home. But because I deal more in energy, I have a Reiki master, I have a diffusion expert. I have things probably most people don't hear about because it's all energy.
Right.
It's all energy. I can't fix my mind if I'm sitting in distorted energy. Most of us have funky energy all around us.
Don't
We
I
brought
know
it
that?
from childhood.
Don't I know that? Good Lord have mercy. You need to come and talk to some of my business
Well,
partners.
I have body wash for your funky energy.
There it
I've
is.
got room spray for your funky
Iyanla,
energy.
please tell me you don't. Are
I
you
do.
serious?
No, absolutely, I'm serious.
Now, how do I get this spray?
MasterpieceBodyWash.com.
MasterpieceBodyWash.com. All right.
Because,
Wow.
I'm just going to
because you
start
do.
spraying people.
You know, isn't that amazing
Here.
that you wash your body every day to take off the physical toxins, but through your difficulties, your upsets, your encounters, you don't clean off your mental and emotional energy. And it's real. Have you ever walked in a room and said, ew?
Mm-hmm.
Or you see somebody and say, they got
Every
negative
day- no, I'm just
vibes.
kidding.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm
yeah.
not getting a good vibe from that person.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
real.
There's
So-
like people who are sad sometimes and you can feel
yeah,
off that.
They're heavy. So I created a line of body wash made from African black soap
Go ahead now.
that, first of all, is known for the properties that it has in healing skin, dandruff, psoriasis. And as part Native American, I'm an herbalist. And my daughter was an aromatherapist. So we combined the African black soap, which is natural,
Yes, ma'am.
herbs that are known, 4,000 years of herbal medicine. You go to any herb store and you're buying stuff to take in. Well, your skin is your largest organ of elimination.
Right.
So we combine the herbs and essential oils together to create and to clear energy.
Right. Well, I need 14,000 gallons of that. You know what I'm saying?
over here?
Yeah, forget fruit pies this holiday season.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you're getting. One of the big interviews that you did was with Karrueche. And even though it was a while ago, I think a lot of people were interested in it not because, oh, it's Karrueche and it's Chris Brown, but because so many women go through similar relationships, very toxic relationships. Maybe they're not horrible people, but they may be horrible together.
Yeah.
What was the biggest turnaround you saw when speaking with Karrueche that you saw when she got it?
I think when she recognized that she was disrespecting herself by allowing him to disrespect her.
Okay.
And it's hard because even as a woman, just raise your hand, you've loved someone who's not treated you well, but a part of you still wants it.
Definitely.
Acknowledging that is the way to healing. As long as you try to act like either he's not treating you bad or you don't want him, you'll never heal. You got to say, this is not good for me, and I still want it. I still want it.
Let me now with and just touching lightly on Karrueche and Christina Milian, and I'm paraphrasing here. They said they felt like they didn't know they were going for the Fix My Life. Were they completely was it understood like, hey, you're doing Iyanla Fix My Life? Like she says they felt like they were ambushed.
Well, she called me. I
Oh,
didn't call her.
Okay.
I didn't call her. She called me, and my understanding of her intention, because I work on intention, was why do I keep picking the wrong guy? Why am I in this kind of relationship? That was my understanding.
Why are so many people? I won't just say women, but why do we choose so many? Why do so many of us choose the wrong person? Like
But
the
it's not
writings
the
on
wrong person.
Okay,
We choose the person that will show us what we need to heal. That's what you're going to do.
and we got to take notice to that.
And yet you do. And so what happens is when all of the stuff starts coming up, we look at the person and what they did as opposed to, okay, what am I feeling? How am I responding? What does this remind me of? What do I need to do? I want to go back for a moment to this Karrueche Chan and Christina
Million.
I really don't appreciate when we as women become uncomfortable and we attack other women.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just put it out there. Her manager was the one guiding and directing her being on this interview with me and wanted to use me to promote her career. But I am who I am. And I showed up to do what I do.
I heard that.
Karrueche was fine. The manager didn't think it would be supportive for her. And then I'm an elder. So when I walk into a situation with two women, two young women, and I know one is watching the other one be dogged out, you got to tell me why you didn't check that.
Right.
You got to tell me why you let her be in that. You need to pull her to the side. And that's what I told them. They didn't put it on the air. But they're not going to throw me under the bus. I don't ambush people. I could have stayed myself in Maryland. I didn't have to come here. She
Man.
called me. So, as women, we need to be mindful about how we treat other women. And I'm an elder.
I heard that.
Watch it.
Hello.
Because I can put your business in the street quick.
What you know about me?
Yeah.
Because she looked at me, I was like, oh no. Like, oh my God. Wow, bro. Like, this ain't no Fix My Life / intervention, is it?
No, and I take that very seriously because Fix My Life and what we do on Fix My Life, for me, is my ministry. It's a ministry. It's a ministry of healing and teaching. It's not about television. It's about entertainment. It's about education. Because what we teach and show and demonstrate on Fix My Life, people need to learn it in junior high school, and they don't. We don't learn how to process anger. We don't learn how to communicate. We don't learn how to identify our emotions. We don't learn how to interact with each other. What we learn how to do is get mad, fight, cuss you out, walk away, and then stay pissed off for the rest of
With
our
the
lives.
quickness, too.
So that's what we're demonstrating. So for me, it's my ministry. I don't ambush people in my ministry. So let's just lay that right out.
Fix My Life
I want to
on
do that.
network.
Can I do that?
Of course you can.
Girl, get it.
It's a charity
But
bell. Go ahead and ring it. Okay, yo, it's $10,000. every time you pick that bell, and you know what? I'm almost afraid because she gonna walk out of here, and I'm gonna walk around to take pictures. She gonna be like, "Big, you know why you have that bell?"
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you know how you just start thinking
You're
too much.
insecure.
Like, yeah. See, when you were 500 pounds, you thought you were a cow, and so you have a bell around your neck because you're
Cowbell,
secure.
that is a cowbell, right?
It reminds
You
you
have
of dinner time.
You have USDA. Yeah, it's when you call the waiter, the garçon, over, and you got the USDA tattoo on the side of your stomach.
on.
Big, you're no longer big anymore. Now, the OWN network, Saturday nights, 9 p.m. for those out there. And like I said, my wife and I, we sit down, and it's like therapy that we're getting just for the price of
And
what we
it's
pay for
cheap.
satellite.
It's cheap.
Yeah. You know, and you do find certain things, but the one thing that's in my DVR right now is, of course, the ministers. And is that a 3-part?
3-part.
All righty. Now, do you find that a lot, especially like growing up in a Baptist church? In a Baptist church, you know, we not all, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but we've seen certain things in Baptist churches that just happen. Now, with the Fix My Life, you had a chance to go to some reverends, and they were so-called living in the closet. Is that how you would say it? What would you say?
They were, but that's not what the show is really
Okay.
about. The show is about how we live inauthentically and how we lie, how we live lies. of course, because
Everybody
they're
got
ministers,
something running through their head
that's
right
right,
now.
man.
because they're ministers, it's going to get people's attention. And unfortunately, that's what we have to do.
Mhm.
So these were two ministers, one who came into the awareness that he was gay, and another one who knew he was gay, tried to pray it away, got married, had children, and then realized, I'm gay, or was able to say, I'm gay. So it's really about how we live inauthentically, how we lie to ourselves and others, and the damage those lies cause.
And
Now,
how many years, you know, like if you're in front of a congregation or just not even in a congregation, just either with your family and not even just on that, but a certain thing that you're saying, I'm living a lie. And whatever that lie is,
Right.
that's got to be the hardest revelation to come out and tell someone. Like some people, you know, there's certain things you say, man, I'm going to take this to the grave.
Yeah.
But the healing process, does that just release something off of someone?
yes, it does. And then the reason we did this also is because they were not only living a lie, but living a lie in the church, attempting to lead people to God when they wouldn't even go to God to find out how to deal with their own lie. So, I mean, it was there are many, many more layers than just gay pastors in the
Right.
church. They were gay. One came out to his congregation, one came out to his wife because he was living on the DL. And just to be able to say that, just to be able
Right.
to walk through the fear, I'm going to get thrown out of church, my parents are going to hate me, my wife is going to leave me, people are going to know, blah, 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 blah. It gives you a sense of freedom.
Do you feel like just the profile, I mean, where you are as far as being Iyanla and on OWN, like, does that help someone with the lie or coming out?
I
Or
think
does-
so, because,
okay.
you know, we are so
Because I would
celebrity.
definitely have to tell you over here, be like, "Psst, Iyanla, come over here."
Yeah, but that's not going to help your life.
Right.
We are so celebrity addicted. You know, if you're a celebrity, we'll do anything. So people think I'm a celebrity. I'm not really a celebrity. I just happen to do my ministry publicly. But they will see it. And also, when you see it with a Karrueche, when you see it with a DMX, when you see it with these two pastors, it really gives you the courage
Right.
or the support or the permission to say, well, damn, you know,
If they did it.
They did it. I could do it.
And then you start thinking, well, mine isn't that
Yeah.
crazy or
Yeah.
that different or that, you know. And you also said, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that you felt like you failed DMX.
I did.
Now, why would you say you felt like you failed DMX?
Because every guest that I have, I do very deep in prayer work to find out what to do. I mean, I'm playing with somebody's life.
Right.
And I've got to get below the surface quickly. And I was given a very specific instruction about something to do for DMX, which has probably never been done on television, which strikes fear in the heart of the producers because, you know, you got to do what everybody else did or done. And I'm weird, and I'm okay, and I'm strange, and I'm okay with that. But everybody second-guessed the viewers. Oh, they're not going to understand. They're going to think. So I allowed myself to be talked out of what I was told to do. So we had a great show, but I don't know if I had done what I was instructed to do, would he really have got a deeper level of healing?
Wow. Have you seen DMX since the
Oh,
episode?
no. I told him right there on the show,
Oh,
you
yeah.
never have the opportunity to speak to me again, ever.
Damn.
Because some of it is bad behavior. Some of it is choice.
Mm-hmm.
You got to choose not to call me the B word in front of a whole room full of people. That's a choice.
Right. Yeah. And that's one of the, like, you
And
never.
not one time, but several times, you know. But he wasn't well. He wasn't well. And again, I wonder, had I done what I had been instructed to do, would there have been a different outcome? Now, his son really got a major, major benefit out of it. And that's okay. Sometimes it doesn't turn out the way you think it is. But as long as somebody benefits, people watching got a benefit.
Yeah.
They did with DMX. They did with Jay Williams, the man with the 34 children. Oh, my God. And this week we're looking at body enhancements gone wrong. And I'm hoping that some young women will see that and make another choice about enlarging, decreasing, cutting off, pumping up, filling in.
It seems like now that is just so easy
Yeah, man.
to go to. Like, I have a friend of mine that's on like her third or fourth, and I'm just like,
Well, I hope the story that we see this weekend with a beautiful young woman who went to the black market for body enhancements and now lives in a constant state of pain, medicated all day long, every day. And also what it's done for her emotionally and psychologically, the amount of drugs that she's on.
good Lord.
Yeah, just to have a big butt.
Yeah.
And I've got one, and I'll be trying to do leg lifts to get that
Right?
girl honed down and buying Spanx and stuff.
But it is very nice. You know what I'm saying? And Iyanla, remember back in the days when they didn't want our butts and
I
lips?
know.
Like, man.
I'm like, oh my God.
Now everybody wants the button lips. I ain't
Yeah.
mad at it. Best
But
believe
what
it.
we're willing to do,
Yeah, to
young
get there.
women, to do it, it's not going to turn out well for you.
Man,
it
let
just
me-
isn't.
Let me ask you this: forgiveness. 21 days to forgive everyone for everything. Now, what is that? Not just the book, but
Can you take a pill or something?
yeah,
Yeah.
like because there's some people, like I do a thing called Ask Big, where people call in and they'll ask me questions about, and I mean it's just some things, Iyanla, that you're like, okay, I got to talk to this person, but it seems like the answer could be easy, but it's not.
No.
And there's some people that's like, I haven't talked to my mom, and my mom, I'm angry at my mother, and I'm this, and she did this, and she did that. Now, when you think about the 21 days, some people are really bathing in, I could never talk to
Pissosity.
Exactly.
But you know what? That's because we tell a story. What happens is we have an experience and we go through that experience and then we make up a story about that experience. Yes, you had the experience, but you make up the how, the when, the why, what should have happened, what could have happened, what didn't happen, and why the people did, blah, blah, blah. And then because we've made up that story, we are attached to it. So whether it's true or not.
Believe it, remix it.
That's right. And sell it, just wear it and tell it. And every time you tell the story about how horrible your mother was, how sad it was when your dad left, or how wretched and ugly you are, whatever your story is, you re-impress that on your spirit. And you believe it. You believe it because you made it up. And what we talk about in 21 Days to Forgive Everyone for Everything is not just looking at the story of what the people did, but look at your thoughts about it, look at your feelings about it, and look at your judgments about it. Judgment meaning right, wrong, good, bad, should, shouldn't, fair, unfair. Those are all judgments because everything happens the way it needs to happen, when it needs to happen. But if you judge it as shouldn't have, should have, right, wrong, you'll be stuck.
And you and Oprah Winfrey have a great relationship again now.
Yeah.
But at one point, you guys didn't have the best relationship.
Poor communication.
Poor communication. And is that also some of either the forgiveness, or is it just poor communication? Like, because sometimes, like, there's people that we'll get upset and we'll start answering our own questions.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
You have
Or-
the relationship with them all by yourself
yeah.
in your head.
Yes.
We have
Alone without
the
adult
arguments.
supervision.
We'll have
Yeah.
fake arguments
Yeah,
in
both
our
sides,
head.
both sides. Well, it was, again, everything happens the way it needs to happen. So it was poor communication that led to a breakdown that motivated my healing. I don't know about her.
Right,
She
right.
had to get her own stuff. But there was some stuff I needed to heal. I mean, I come straight out of Brooklyn. I know this is LA, straight out of Compton, right? I come
Hello.
straight out of Brooklyn, straight out of poverty, straight out of dysfunction, straight out of violence and abuse and all kinds of things, to rise to sit across from the most powerful black woman in television.
Right. Most powerful woman. Period,
Fried
huh?
my brain.
Right.
I don't know.
right.
I have no model for this. How do I manage this? How do I manage the money I'm making? How do I manage what's happening to me? Little ugly black girl out of Brooklyn, and now people are looking at me and want to talk to me. I was a hot A mess. Inside, expert at what I do. I do my work well, but the work pushed me to another level of personal healing. And that's what happens to all of us when we're not stuck on our story. SOS, stuck on story, which makes you stuck on stupid. Because you're making up that this is what it is. I didn't know what was going on. And it happens all the time. We think our parents abuse us and abandon us and whatever. And baby, they just trying to make it from
Right.
one day to the
And
next.
do you feel like sometimes we use that as a reason why we're not right in
Oh,
life?
absolutely.
Right.
Not a reason.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, everything that is broken in your mind, your heart, your spirit happened by the time you were 5.
Mm.
You just recreate it and relive it and expand it. And that's why it's important for you not to look at what other people are doing, but look at what you're thinking and feeling. Got to have a sophisticated emotional library. Got to keep your energy clean. You've got to be willing to look at what you're doing, not at what they're doing.
Mm.
So that's why forgiveness is important. Let me forgive what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you's a wretched dog and you need to be run over by the...
Right. But I don't need to do that.
No, I don't need
Okay,
to do it.
I was gonna
But I
run
need
over
to
somebody
forgive
today.
that thought. You know, I'm feeling that what you did damaged me for life, and I'll never... I need
You know
to
what I find
forgive
myself
that.
doing, and I argued. I talk with my wife about this. I've talked with my peers and everything, and I just want to. Sometimes I feel like okay, I'm writing people a pass. You know, because you kind of want to go and go that other direction. And I've been through a lot in my life also. I can turn on a button and and thank God I don't push that button. But sometimes I feel like, you know what, I'm writing that person a pass. I'm writing that person.
What
a
do you
pass.
mean? Tell me. what
Okay,
you mean.
by that, if there's something that's been in your life where you feel like, okay, back in the days, this person should have paid for that. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm in a position where I think different. I think things through, and I'll say to myself, you know what? I'm writing that person a pass. I'm not going to act out on that person. I'm not going to do anything to that person.
Okay.
You know, I'm there on certain situations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And there's sometimes you do want to press play.
Yeah.
But as I'm listening to you as well, it's like, you know what? Like don't get yourself caught up into those situations.
Well,
you know
two
what I'm saying?
things. Here's how you can measure it.
I'm going to
It's
cut
not
her a
so
check
much.
because this is
Yeah. Keep it going.
No,
I'll
bring my
take it
check.
too.
Do you see me
Yeah,
I'll
writing
take it
notes?
too.
I ain't mad.
I'll take
Everybody
it
got
too.
pens and papers out.
You know what? When it comes to responding to people that may trigger up something in you, ask yourself this. Does something need to be said? That's the first thing. Does something need to be said by me? Does something need to be said by me now?
Right.
And can I say it in a way I would be able to hear it? Those 4 things. Does something need to be said? Does something need to be said by me? Because sometimes something need to be said, but I ain't the one that need to say it.
Right.
Does something need to be said by me now, right in this moment? And can I say it in the way I would want to hear it? If you can practice those 4 things, chances are you'll go off less often on much fewer people.
All right, cool in the gang. All right, well, like I said, you got to move in with me. Men think in headlines, women think in fine print.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah.
Men, it ain't that deep for them. It just isn't that deep. So I'm looking here. Real 92.3, LA's hip hop and R&B. And the man would say, cool. And the woman would say, hip hop ain't real. Is it West Coast hip hop?
Right.
Is it East Coast hip hop?
Right. Wow.
Is it? And who's doing the R&B? Because the R&B today ain't like the R. This ain't real. This ain't real. And why is it 92.3? 9 plus 2, that's 11. Plus 3,
Yeah.
that's 14. That's a 5. 5, that's a violin. That's how we think.
Right. Wow.
And what happens then is it creates the breakdown in communication.
Yeah.
Where the women feel she's not being heard, or she feels that he doesn't get her, or he's not concerned, he's not paying attention. And the man is like, this is all the information that I need. Think of it this way. You go in your car and you have your few little gadgets, your gas, your mileage, your weather, your radio. I mean, let's go simple car, right? That's a man's mind. Have you ever seen the cockpit of an airplane?
Right.
That's a woman's mind.
Damn. What's all this? I can't figure out all this, baby. Like,
Too many knobs.
Too many knobs and buttons and
Wow.
slides and all of
Yup.
these things have meaning, And it's just because we process information differently. Men want to know that their thoughts are respected. So they think simply. Women want to know that their feelings matter. But it is difficult to think about what you feel. So women have to use a lot more words to make sure you got it, and you're thinking. you can't get it. So that more than anything causes breakdown between men and women.
I was in the middle of a conversation, not a conversation. I was in the middle of a moment between my best friend and her man, and they were having a very, very heated argument on the phone. And I can hear him on the other side. And as an outside person, I can hear him saying ABC, and I can hear her saying 1, 2, 3. And they were just arguing, like yelling at each other, and they weren't listening and hearing. And I just wanted to like stop them both and say, you're both talking about two different things right now. But I couldn't, because I had to let her go through.
Well, you know, it's
that
the
moment
outline. He's talking, you know, you put the 1 and you put the topic. That's where he's talking. And then you've got the A, B, C, and then you go in and you've got the 1, 2, 3, and then you go in and you've got the I, the double I, the triple I. That's where she's at. And he's just said, okay, it's the real 92.3.
Yeah.
So
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Women are crazy.
Yeah, pretty much, bro.
Thank you, Iyanla. Thank you so much.
And can I tell you something? Now, of
You
course,
already told me.
It's absolutely true. And I say that all the time. I am absolutely out of my mind 90% of the time. Now, here's the distinction. I know that, and I'm okay with it. Many, many women don't know it, and they're trying to convince you that they're not. I'm crazy as hell.
Go ahead now.
I am.
Go ahead now. For some reason, I believe this.
But I'm okay with it, and I've learned how to identify, manage, and expand my crazy handle. You got to get your crazy handle.
Okay. Cool.
Call a thing. You crazy as hell, and you don't even know it. That's the problem.
All righty. Well, write that down for me too, man.
I got it. Trust me.
Right, crazy as hell. And circle that. Big boy. Iyanla Vanzant, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you
All righty.
for having
Fix
me.
My Life on network. Make sure you tell Oprah I said hello.
I will.
You know what I'm saying? And tell her, just tell her hi. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just tell her hi. I don't know her.
Tell her
You
to
know what
read
I'm
his
saying?
book.
Yeah. Tell her to
Yeah.
read.
Okay, are you giving me this?
I'm giving you that book.
Oh my God, thank you.
She probably gonna call me back like, you need to write another one because I see a lot of potholes in it. You know what I'm saying? What did you sell
is
to
that
people?
your big guy shirt?
No, that's
a
just
regular
my
shirt.
hip hop shirt. The
Okay.
shirt on the front
It's your
is
big
my
guy shirt.
actual. That's the actual size shirt. I wear an 8X shirt. And then if you look at the colored pictures in there, I was always sexy. It's just that I was working on my ers. That's my sexy my healthy You know what I'm saying? So I got my ers together.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, please take the book, read it, take a red pen and circle some of the stuff that you need to.
I had seen you many times at
You
this
should have came and said
size.
hello. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were famous.
Stop it. You stop it. Come on now. If I was famous, I wouldn't be quitting and going with you today. You know what I'm saying? Like, best believe that. So I want to celebrate my last show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for the radio career. I will now go ahead and live off the fat of the land.
Don't
I'm
mention
going with
fat. Don't
Iyanla.
mention fat.
I will go ahead and live off the land. I'm going out with you.
Okay.
I'm on my way. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Because
Okay.
you got a wife.
Yes.
I don't want to be snatched ball in the parking lot.
No, she's
so.
coming with us.
Okay,
because
all right. Okay,
we
okay,
sit
all
down
right.
together between Fix My Life and Super Soul Sundays.
All right.
Good Lord have
Yeah.
mercy, man.
And you don't watch Scandal?
No,
Oh,
my
I do.
wife does.
Oh my God, have mercy.
Don't you love Olivia Pope?
Wow.
I love Olivia. But I love Annalise on How to Get Away with Murder.
Uh-oh. I'm leaving.
Hey, man. I'm TikTok now.
That scene did you see this past week?
Shut the front door.
Did
Go
you see
ahead
it or
now.
no?
I almost thought
Because
you
I just
said
want
it.
to say there's a scene that I was like,
Oh, I was
through my-
screaming in the
Yes.
house. So yes, I'm a Scandal fan. I am a
wife.
How to Get Away with Murder fan. I am a Power fan.
Wow.
I am an Empire
Yes.
fan.
I
And
heard
don't tell
that.
anybody, but when I'm home, I watch Judge Mathis.
Go ahead now. Hello. Iyanla Vanzant up in here. Fix My Life on network. Saturdays, it is going down, man. I definitely want to thank you.
Thank you for
And I'm
having
telling you,
me.
man, when I told my wife you were coming in, she was like, okay, you're lying, but you're here. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for coming in, and I
Thank you for
appreciate you,
having
and I'm
me.
a fan first.
Thank you.
Iyanla Vanzant up in here, you guys. Big boy in the
Big
morning,
boy.
y'all.